there. Let's do this. Welcome in. It's another edition of the Joe Raineri Show. Happy Valentine's Day to you and yours. Brought to you by our good friends at uwager.eu. It is where America bets. It is sure as hell where this show bets, and I hope it is where you are line shopping, because if I get one more DM or if I see one more of you bitching and moaning about, oh, God, I got by the hook got me, oh, my God, a half a point. Listen, all right, nobody is forcing you to play with just one book, all right? You have options, and I know it may suck that you might have to live in Ohio and drive to West Virginia, and nobody wants to do that. I get it, okay? But you don't have to. What you need is an offshore book that you can count on, and there are a number of them, and I belong to a lot of them, but I love UWager. Why? Because it is, without a doubt, the easiest transaction I've ever had of all the books. I can deposit money in, I can pull it out, and oh yeah, I pick up the phone and somebody's there to answer all the time. The customer service is second to none, not to mention that the pricing is pretty damn good. So like I've told you how many times, guys, 1-800-UWager. Give them the code JRS50. That's 1-800-UWager. Give them the code JRS50. They will go ahead and drop a 50% sign-up bonus into your account right there. It doesn't have to be for millions, guys, but you got to have an account. You've got to have options, something available to you, and you can't do it if you only have one book. So I don't want to hear about, I can't line shop, I don't have you've got options. It's called UWager. You call them right now, 1-800-UWager. You give them the code JRS50. They will get your shit set up. No more excuses. All right, and we are loaded here today. Excited with our Make It Rain free plays of the day. 12-3 on the week. So 3-2 last night with our friends from TrendyBets.com. We got another one coming for you. We've got 4 more games from our Make It Rain friends, and do want to remind you, if you are new here and joining me for the first time on the Joe Raineri Show, thank you guys very much for coming by. What we do here and what we are dedicated to is quite simply making all of us a little bit more profitable in 2019, and we do that by providing you guys the knowledge. Knowledge is power, and that is why we talk to as many of the best, brightest, most experienced handicappers from around the country. We let you meet them. We let you hear from them so you can make smart sports investing decisions. Doesn't do you any good if somebody just tells you, take the Knicks, and okay, take the Knicks. Why? What's going on? If chances are, if somebody just tells you to take a team or take a side without explaining what the edge is, chances are they don't have an edge. And those aren't the kinds of people that you will ever find here on the Joe Raineri Show. It's also never the guys that you will find on our national morning show, Make It Rain, on the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. And if you guys haven't done so, start your day. East Coasters, start your day with us here. Me, my partner Dane Martinez, Gabe Morency, the morning after. We've got quite the lineup of guys, not only in the sports betting world, but also the fantasy world here, to be able to help you be a little more profitable. And it starts by downloading the app. If you head over to the FNTSY Sports Radio app, you can download it. It is for free. Get it on the Google Store. You can head over into iTunes, download that app, take us with you. Make sure you find us on YouTube as well. Get to the FNTSY Sports Radio YouTube page. We broadcast nationally across, 40-some-odd radio stations in the morning, not to mention about 24 or so cable companies throughout the country, and we're streaming on every platform known to mankind: Roku, YouTube Red, Amazon, Apple TV, you name it. We are coming to you live each and every day, 6A to 9A. We start your day off right. Come and hang out with us. We'll help you make it rain in the morning. That is what we do. What we do here in the afternoon is we try to reach out and we try to pick the brains of some of the best cappers around. Tonight, no different. We've got Mike, better known as Igor Locks, on Gambling Twitter. If you guys haven't tailed him yet, please make sure you do. It's at Locks_Igor. This guy is the real deal. Now, there are a lot of dudes that you will see on Gambling Twitter, okay, that are not the real deal. This guy born and raised. This guy is everything that a sports handicapper, sports bettor is. This guy is living it, okay? This is a guy that spends all day long, okay, doing the work, putting the time, putting the effort in. He's definitely somebody that you guys want to know, want to tail, want to hang out. Last time we had him on the show, he delivered in a big way for you guys with a couple of winners. So I anticipate he's got 2 more tonight that he wants to share with us. So we'll go ahead and get him on. Plus, our friends at TrendyBets.com won again last night. They gave you the triple overtime over win between Brooklyn and Cleveland. So that's now 3-1 on the week with them. We got another one coming. Excited. Tonight's play with Trendy Bets, however, is going to be in the NCAA. So we've got a little college basketball Trendy Bets lock that we're going to go ahead and bring your way. Also, want to remind you about our good friends. Well, actually, I want to say congratulations to Joe D'Amico once again, and Ralph Michaels, for that matter, who delivered for us yesterday. Ralph, of course, gave you that University of Miami win as a home dog last night in Miami. Ralph was all over that all week. Want to thank him over at wagertalk.com. Want to thank Joe D'Amico also yesterday delivering for us Texas Tech, taking down my alma mater, laying the 6.5, depending on what you got. Texas Tech taking care of business in Stillwater, Oklahoma last night, just destroying those homely Oklahoma State Cowboys there. Like I said, my alma mater. I'm not proud of it. And also, hats off to Tony George. DocSports.com also delivered to you guys last night the over in that game at 127-128. So it was a very profitable night. It's been a profitable week, like I said. 12-3 on this show's picks. When we go the Make It Rain free picks of the day, we started doing that because of the amount of people that we talk to during the day. We get a lot of information. We certainly do on the show. We're always talking to handicappers. We're always talking to the guys in the biz, in the know, the guys in the trenches. And listen, they're busy doing a lot of things, but what we try to do is put all of that information together and then figure out what the best plays of the night are and deliver them to you so you guys can make smart sports investing decisions. Now, you don't have to play every one of these games, okay? That's not what this is all about. Although, yes, we're 12-3 this week, so the guys are delivering. But it's not about just blindly playing whatever the hell it is that we give you here. It's a matter of understanding why we're giving you what we're giving you and then trying to figure out whether or not it makes any sense for you. Because some approaches you can either agree with the information or disagree with the information. But the last thing I would tell you to do is ever just blindly follow exactly what the hell it is we're telling you here without understanding what's going on. No way in the world are you ever going to become more profitable if all you're doing is a bunch of sheep move here and just, what does he like? He likes the Knicks. What does he like? He likes the... Got to have an understanding of what's going on. If you have any intentions of actually, long-term here, and how many times do we have to tell you, sports betting is a long-term investment. You are ultimately investing your money. It's not gambling. It's not pissing it away. It is if you start playing 30, 40 games a night and just blindly going through, gambling Twitter there and going, oh, who's this guy? He looks smart. Let's play those picks. Can we not? All right, can we not? The whole point of this show is to introduce you to guys like Mike, Igor's Locks. Make sure you're tailing him on Twitter, at @Locks_Igor. Introduce them to you so you can hear from them. You can hear where they're coming from, how the mind works, how they're capping, why they're capping. And then you can figure out, wow, this is definitely a dude I want to hear more from. I want to follow him. We're trying to put people together, smart sports handicapping people together, all of us, a community. It's not a very big community. Unfortunately, it's filled with a lot of shit right now. Everyone's a capper. There's cappers all over the place they're the greatest cappers in the world. They never lose, and that's why they've got 12 fucking people following them on a daily basis. So congratulations, you and your 12 friends must be the richest sons of bitches I've ever met. That's not the kind of shit that we do here. What we do here is deliver you. What we try to do is get you the best of the best. It's knowledge. It's all about knowledge. It ain't about just blindly playing what we tell you. It's a matter of listening to what these guys have to say, comprehending it, and making your own smart sports investing decisions. That's what we do. That is why we ask that you guys not only follow and tail the guys that on this show that we have, but also do us a favor and hit the like button on these videos. Those of you joining us on YouTube and Twitch, Periscope, Facebook, happy Thursday, guys. It's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you very much for making us a part of your day. And the thing that we hope for is that you'll engage with these videos so we can go ahead and reach a bigger audience, a more popular audience, not that you're not popular, that's not what I'm saying, but they won't let anybody in the gambling industry place any of these advertising ads or boost these ads or do anything along those lines because, it's taboo. Because nobody's gambling. I mean, it's only New Jersey in 7 months. The numbers came out, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw this. We reported it this morning on Make It Rain on the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. The story came out that January alone was close to $375 million in handle in Jersey sportsbooks alone. And it's not like there's a lot there. But in Jersey, $375 million, close to $1.7 billion in the 7 months that it's been legalized just in New Jersey. And but you're right. You guys pretend like sports gambling and sports investing is not happening. That's all right. We'll see how long that lasts for you. But we're excited. It's a good time to be a part of the industry. It's a great time for you guys to, keep your ears open and listen to these guys and meet some of the better guys, some of the guys in the business that are doing it for a living. Guys like Mike from Igor's Locks, and we're going to let you hear from him in just a second, as well as our TrendyBets.com NBA Play of the Day, and a very special message from our friends at HalftimeMagic.com, who have been killing it. When I tell you, killing it. And we'll go ahead and do that here in just a second. We do want to thank our good friends at Miami Acura. Of course, they support us. If you're in the 305 to 954, we hope that you will support them, whether it be a new or a certified pre-owned or maybe a used car. Don't go car shopping, okay? Oh, go car shopping. Go get the prices anyplace else you want, but make sure that you swing by MiamiAcura.com just to compare, if nothing else. If they can't beat it, then you're getting the deal of a lifetime. If it is a new car, go take the all-new 2019 RDX for a test drive. Best thing about that could be the price right now. Unbelievable what they are doing at Miami Acura. Completely redesigned showroom. Amazing stuff what Deborah and the gang at Miami Acura have been doing for the Miami and Broward County, Fort Lauderdale community for years, guys. Great stuff. Hats off to them. They service the community. Go figure. They deliver. Just like the guys on this show, they deliver as well. So visit them at MiamiAcura.com. That's MiamiAcura.com. You can call them, set up an appointment, 855-564-4669. But just go there. Go to MiamiAcura.com. Go check them out. Go check the inventory. Go check the prices. Don't do anything before visiting MiamiAcura.com. All right, coming up here, guys, we're going to get you those TrendyBets.com, his play of the day, along with the rest of the Make It Rain plays of the day. But first, hey, guys, welcome in. Big night, not only in NBA, but, of course, college hoops on this Thursday. Happy Valentine's Day to you and yours. And we're excited, too, because last time we talked to this guy, all he did was deliver winners to you, rather easily, too, I might admit. But Michael, better known as Igor's Locks, at Locks_Igor, joining us here via the Miami Acura hotline. And, my friend, thank you so much for coming back. You did so good the first time. I figured, why not? Let's have you back on again today.
Oh, thanks. It's my pleasure. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there, to you and yours. Igor suggests getting the honey, some stargazer lilies along with those roses because they smell good. And considering most of the nation were trapped up in the house, that just smell good for a couple of days. You might get some residual results for a couple of days.
Now, so that is a man. That's just the tip. That is a man who understands how to suck up and get goodwill. So this way, when he wants to go to Vegas in a couple of months, okay, she won't say anything. All right, she won't bust his chops.
No problem.
Because he made the house made the house smell like lilies. All right, for a couple of days in the winter. All right, my friend, you are fantastic. Let's talk about a couple of the games that are on the card tonight that you have circled. Number one, we'll start with Cal State taking on Chicago. Chicago State. Now, I know you're in Chicago. You're freezing your ass off, but from what I understand, not a really good team, this Chicago State game.
Oh, my God. Well, yeah, like last night, Sam Houston State was playing, and they're kind of like America's best-kept secret. At least they were for a little bit. Best team in America against the spread. Chicago State is just flat-out the worst team, period. Against the spread, straight up, whatever you want to term it, they are bad. Like you said, I live in Chicago, and I follow Chicago Public League basketball very closely. I have no idea who half the guys are on this team at the start of the year. I was just amazed. Like, where are they getting these guys from? It's like, the Texas football schools. There's no reason they really need to go outside of Texas to get football players that everybody plays. It's just Chicago State really does not need to go outside the Chicagoland area to get basketball players. Basketball in Illinois, Chicago especially is like football is in Florida, Texas, etc. But, that being said, Chicago State is just bad this year. They are just terrible. They have lost multiple games by 40, 50 points. The only team that's halfway decent, they played relatively close, was Illinois State. I think they only lost to them by 4 or 5 points, and it's probably just because Illinois State took them so lightly. They're just brutal. You don't even really need stats against this team, to be honest. Cal State is 5-0. The last 5 against them, straight up and against the number. And also Cal State is also 4-2 against the number of their last 6 overall on the road.
Okay, so
the funny thing is with Chicago State, they're actually 3-2 against the number at home. Conference, it's just amazing. They're bad. They're bad. They may have 1 or 2 good performances left, but that's it.
Not a problem.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Okay.
No, like I said, you could go back and check their record. They've lost multiple games by 40, 50 points.
Okay.
As long as Cal State Bakersfield wants to play at all, it should be no problem.
Love that. He is Michael, better known as Igor's Locks. Make sure you guys are tailing him on Twitter at @Locks_Igor. Make sure you check him out, tail him. It's a great tale, too, as well, because this is exactly the kind of bluntness that you're going to get from him on a day in and day out basis. If you suck, he's going to tell you that they suck. I'm glad, too, to see that you have circled one of my favorite conferences, kind of under the radar, the Southern Conference. Actually pretty competitive this year. You've got UNC Greensboro taking on Furman. It opened up Furman -5. It's been bet down to -3 right now. Who you like in this game?
Yeah, it's going to be a great contest tonight. Very competitive game. Honestly, if you ask me, the best game on the board. I like Greensboro getting the points to 3. Yeah, it's going to be a dogfight at Timmons Arena tonight. And now the thing is that Greensboro has kind of owned them lately. Okay, they're 6. Now Greensboro 6-4, the last 10 against the number, versus Furman, which is kind of like, all right, they're basically almost half, even Steven, right? But the last 5 rather, they're 4-1. And Greensboro overall in their last 6 is 4-1-1. So they've kind of owned them the last couple of years. Greensboro has owned Furman, and both these teams have been good for a few years already. And like you said, the Southern Conference got a few good teams. Wilford's good. Sanford's not bad. East Tennessee State can play, and then these two. They've got some good talent in that conference. If you ask me, overall, top to bottom, probably the best quote-unquote mid-major conference that there is this year. And they're definitely under the radar, partly probably because they play in the South, I would say, maybe because, it's more football-centric down there a little bit, maybe.
Right.
But it's kind of a shame. Both these teams, these are good teams. If you get a chance to watch this game, guys, check it out. These are 2 good teams.
Furman is also a team vulnerable at home. We watched Sanford beat them just a couple of weeks ago. Sanford beat them at home. UNC Greenboro already played this team. Let us not forget that. They also play some amazing defense. I think they forced 21 turnovers in the last game. So these two are familiar with each other.
Yeah, they beat them the first time. Yeah, they beat them the first time 89-79.
Yeah.
So, they've kind of had their number. Like I said, the last 5, they've kind of had their number.
Yeah, and it's, listen, they're getting points, and of course, what are they getting? 3 points, Greensboro, right now? But it wouldn't be, take a look at the money line as well, because there is there's a good opportunity they might actually pull this out altogether.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's some...
Oh, no doubt about that. Yep. And especially because Furman had just really drilled their last one out against East Tennessee State. They won by 30, I believe it was.
Yes.
They really looked good. And, there's just like that inevitable, like, for instance, Duke against Louisville, after Duke shot the lights out against Virginia, you knew it was coming. There was going to be a little bit of a correction of the mean, okay?
Yeah.
Unbelievably, they came back and actually won that game, and thank God that they changed that call to a block instead of a charge, because if you had Louisville and they went to overtime, you probably weren't even going to cover, let alone get pull out the W. I mean, They were playing scared.
Love this.
They were puckering. They definitely were puckering.
So we got two games tonight then, right? We got two. We're going to go that anybody who plays Chicago State, we're going the other side. So we're going to lay the 15. We're going to take
basically the rest of the year. That's a good rule of thumb. Yeah, good rule of thumb.
And we're going to take UNC Greensboro tonight. Furman, take the 3 points, although don't be afraid of the money line either. They are actually a live dog here on the road.
Yes.
Okay. I think that is what we are talking about. That is the kind of knowledge that we look for from Mike here, better known as Igor's Locks. Do yourself a favor, guys, right now on Twitter. Go to his page, follow him, reach out to him. The guy is fantastic. Your record, too, by the way, in college this year, a very, very impressive number, my friend. You have been killing it. Last I checked, 150, 157, 127, and 3, my man. Very, very impressive.
Yes. Yeah, 30 over at this point. Like I said last time I was on, I think we went like 70 over NHL. That's kind of like the goal. Something around there, 55 to 60, 70 over. So, and I only play when I give out the games on Twitter. I'm not giving out money line games. I'm just giving out totals and sides.
No,
so,
that's impressive,
it's not like
man.
I'm playing big juice or nothing.
And very impressive. Also,
so I can measure with a plumb bob. It's just a tape measure too.
Bottom line is it's completely transparent, which is what we love about you. And go check him out at @locks_Igor on Twitter. Cal State tonight, lay the 15. UNC Greensboro, take the points, cash those tickets, and then Mike, I appreciate your time, my friend. We'll talk to you again hopefully soon here, and keep cashing these tickets.
Oh, definitely. My pleasure. Good luck tonight, everybody. Let's drill.
Want to thank Mike very much for stopping by. Get out of there. God damn it, we already saw that. I want to thank Mike so very much for stopping by. Make sure you guys are tailing him at @locks_Igor. 2 big plays tonight, and you might be going, what the hell conference is Chicago State in? Like, where are the... Well, that's the friggin' point, okay? Anybody can look at the Big Ten. Anybody can look at the ACC. But most of the time, the value, guys, the edge. We're always talking about this thing called an edge. If you don't know what an edge is, it's because you've never had it. If you did have it, you wouldn't have to question it and why it is that we'd be looking at conferences like the Southern Conference, because the disparity between the top teams, the middle teams, and the bottom teams, there's always an edge there, and there's always a good chance that the bookmakers, they're not watching those games either, okay, because that's not the national game on in the book. There definitely could be an edge in these games, which is why it's important to have guys like Mike in your corner, the guys like Ralph Michaels, the guys like TrendyBets.com, the guys like HalftimeMagic.com, which, by the way, I want to send a shout out to them. Their last 30 plays that they have gone, all second half betting, hitting at a 77% clip here, guys. Last 30 plays. On fire, NBA, college hoops. My suggestion, too, they're actually, let me make sure if this is correct here, if I read it correctly, but our friends at Halftime Magic are also offering a 60% guarantee. So what they want you to do is if you get over there right now, let me put this up here on the screen so I don't screw it up. All right, they'll give you an opportunity to get a free play weekend, a couple of days of free plays at Halftime Magic, and they'll give you the opportunity to test it out yourself. 60%. They guarantee at least 60% winners. Otherwise, your next package price is going to be half off. You can get 50% off. I'm telling you right now, last 30 days, 77%. The numbers are just absurd, and I want to make sure I got the right numbers here. Let me just tell you. You can also see it on their website, but we are looking 23-7 is what they are the last 30 plays. And these aren't, and let me be very, very specific here. These are not 5% plays, the 100% play, 50% play. It's the game of the year. None of that shit, okay? What we are talking about at Halftime Magic is simply flat betting, straight flat betting, equal amounts, every bet. And let me tell you what happens when you hit at 77% over 30 plays. The next 30 plays, you go 77%, betting equal increments. You watch how your bankroll goes from, I don't know, let's say $100 to $1,500, okay? That's how you do it. You don't bet it by doubling up here, 10% there, 5% here. Yeah, no. One of the easiest and fastest ways to be able to build your bankroll, all right, rather quickly, is second half betting. All right, a second half. The edge is there. We've talked about it here on the show how many times about how once you have an opportunity to get the data, see it with your own eyes in the first half, it changes your opinion about what goes on in the second half, and it certainly may change what your full game opinion was. And I know a lot of sharps here, guys, that won't even touch full game lines. They won't bet them anymore. Nope, they won't go near them. They just spend their time dealing with conferences like the Southern Conference and some other places. There's too much of an edge, they feel. There's too much opportunity and the ability to take the variance out in the second half, which is why guys like Halftime Magic can go, last 30 plays, 77%. And guys are double, tripling, quadrupling their bankroll, not by going crazy, not by doubling it all up and going for broke. No. Equal bets, flat betting, across the board, 30 plays. You hit at 77%, you watch what happens. So head over to halftimemagic.com. You can shoot them an email. You can DM them at Halftime Magic. Just go ahead, mention that you heard it here on this page. He'll get you set up, guys. He'll get you set up. Take it for a test drive. 60%. He can guarantee you 60%. I know because I've been with him now for about the last 5 months with my own money, playing my own money here, guys. And I know exactly what can happen to a bankroll when in the second half you rattle off 22-7, you go 77%. So I'm not throwing shit against the wall. They're not throwing shit against the wall. This is my money, my bankroll. This is a system that has I have been in, and I can attest for it. Otherwise, I would never tell you guys. But really, second half plays, it's the way to go. HalftimeMagic.com. Give them a try today. Visit them at HalftimeMagic.com. Great stuff there. All right. Coming up, we've got our TrendyBets.com free, not NBA play tonight. They've got a college play tonight they want us to pass along your way. Do want to remind you also, if you haven't done so, make sure you join us weekday mornings as we make it rain on the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. And a lot of fun there, guys. I mean, it's an awful lot of fun. It's a hell of a way for you to start your day. What you got to do is download that app, all right, the FNTSY Sports Radio Network app. It is free. It is on Google. It is on iTunes. All right. We are streaming on cable companies, radio stations, every platform known to mankind. All you've got to do is simply go find us, follow us, and subscribe to us. Take us with you, and I promise we'll make it a little more profitable here in 2019. Not to mention, you see the sign at the bottom there, our friends at YAHOO giving you an opportunity to line shop, especially during this NBA season, as the second half is just around the corner. We've got prop bets coming up this weekend. The All-Star Game, we'll be covering all of that on the morning show tomorrow. I hope you'll join us. Not to mention, I do believe our friend the Keg there the Keg CEO will be joining us, Jay, tomorrow, talking about a little MMA over the weekend. UFC, I believe ESPN's got a card Sunday night. All sorts of value and opportunities to make money there. We'll be covering that tomorrow on the morning show. Make it rain. I hope you will enjoy. I hope you'll join us there and make it rain all weekend long. But in the meantime, you got to shop and get the best number. So make sure you guys open an account with a sportsbook you count on. YOUWager. 1-800-YOUWager. Code JRS50. 1-800-YOUWager. Code JRS50. Get your 50% bonus put in there. Get the account ready to rock and roll. You got to have options. You got to have things at your disposal. It doesn't do you any bit of good if you only have one book and one number to look at. All right? You're shopping numbers here, guys. You are are betting numbers. You're not betting teams. So why not shop and get the best number? It doesn't matter if you don't have a sports book in your town. It doesn't matter if you already have an offshore book. Well, that's great, but you need more than one. So set it up with UWager. You will be blown away not only with the customer service, but the pricing as well. 800 UWager. Use the code JRS50. That's 1-800-UWager. Use the code JRS50. So excited there. I really am. Plus, we have an opportunity now. Well, let's get to our friends, right? You want to do that? Yeah? Okay, where is it? Let's get the screen up here for a second. Hold on one sec. We got to get our screen, our trusty old screen here. There it is. Here we go. Our TrendyBets.com free play of the day. Make sure you guys visit and tail Trendy Bets at Trendy Bets on Twitter. TrendyBets.com. Also, you guys got to check out, they've got their baseball package pre-sailing right now. For as good as they have been in the NBA, and they have been straight money on this show in the NBA for the first 2 months of the season, their numbers are off the charts for Major League Baseball. So it's not too early to start thinking about MLB. They've got a great opportunity for you to cash in and get that price, get their package for the whole season. Just get it out of the way for the whole season and start making money like the rest of us have done with these guys over the last couple of months. Their baseball transparency, go check out their record. Go to TrendyBets.com. You'll see exactly what we're talking about. These guys have been phenomenal, and they're going to give you an opportunity to cash in on Major League Baseball, too, and we're excited. But in the meantime, we've got ourselves a free college hoops game tonight. We are going back to the Southern Conference. I love it. VMI is at Wofford. You just heard our buddy there on Mike from Igor's Locks talking to us a little bit about this conference, talked about Chicago State, talked about UNC Greensboro, talked about Furman tonight. They've got a game. Well, VMI or Wofford, I'm going to give you a guess since Wofford's laying 23.5, who the favorite in this game is and who the better team is. The over-under total 152, 152.5. I think you can still find it in some books. Again, this is another reason why you got to line shop, guys. You got to have more than one option. Some books took it off. Other books still have it. Either way, the total is around 152. And the over, it's just this game screams over all day long. Wofford's averaging about 85 points a game on the season. It's not as if VMI plays some sort of stifling defense. There should definitely be an opportunity, I would think, not only for 80 points, but you're looking at Wofford possibly putting their foot on the gas here, and we could have a 90-point game, no problem. Probably going to end up in the 160s somewhere, low 170s. So TrendyBets.com, they love the over in this game tonight. 152. I mean, hell, maybe even the first half. Probably. What is the first half total going to be? 13.5. Wofford will probably go ahead and put their foot on the gas and just blow this thing out from the get-go. But this would be the time for you to be able to jump on and pick it. Yeah, get it. Wofford over 152 tonight. Make sure that you guys are visiting TrendyBets.com. They still have the rest of the season NBA packages available. NBA 50 is your code. Get 50% off. At the very least, tail these guys on Twitter, please, at Trendy Bets. Make sure you follow them there. Always great plays and great information that they are posting all day long. So these guys are great. And don't forget, if you're just joining us here on the Joe Raineri Show, they give us one free play a day that we pass along to you, and it has been well over 60% from the beginning of the year. Their numbers alone, close to 70% over the last, how many are there? 45 plays? 20, what are they? 31 for 45. So it's like free money. Those of you that have been tailing the show and been tailing Trendy Bets, I know who you guys are because you're DMing me. We're all laughing a little bit with the free money. It feels like that they are printing with their plays. They did it again last night, and tonight over 152. Wofford. I bet you didn't think you'd be busting out Wofford handicapping, breaking down Wofford VMI games, but that's exactly what we do here on the Joe Raineri Show. We look for the value, and that's exactly where we find it tonight, thanks to our friends at Trendy Bets. All right, so we've got a few other games here tonight, some suggestions, some information we have put together from not only the morning show here today from the FNTSY Sports Radio Network, Make It Rain, but we also have had an opportunity to talk to a whole bunch of our handicapping friends, and there are a few games on the slate tonight that have piqued interest, that we have tried to find the edge for you, and I think we have found it, so we are going to pass that information along to you. We'll start with the Knicks, who have lost the entire 2019. It feels like the Knicks are aren't they 0 for 2019 at this point? The Knicks are they are terrible. Any which way you cut it, we're sucking for Zion. We know what's happening here with the Knicks. They've lost 18 in a row, which is still hard to believe, especially in this NBA. But I got to tell you, since the trade deadline, the Knicks have been competitive at least. They're not rolling over and dying here. 3 of the last 4 defeats, by the way, were 7 points or less. And last night, they hung around with the 76ers. I don't know if you guys watched that game. It was probably because you had money on it. But they did. They hung around with the 76ers. They just eventually ran out of gas. But they are competitive. They're not rolling over for anybody. It is part of a back-to-back. They're going to be on the road. They had the 76ers last night. Now they're going to Atlanta. And somebody explained to me why Atlanta is some sort of juggernaut that should, be favored by 8 points, 8.5 points. We're talking about a hot garbage team playing a hot garbage team. I'm not sure why we would be spotting them any points, but the spread is 8.5, depending on the book. Atlanta, Trae Young, also game time decision. I don't think it's been announced as far as whether or not he is going to play. He does have the All-Star game coming up this weekend, don't forget. But the Hawks had lost 3 in a row prior to having LeBron James quit on his team, and the team quit on him a couple of nights ago when Atlanta ended up winning. But what are they supposed to impress me with their defense, or are they supposed to impress me with what, Atlanta? Because I'm not impressed. And this is also the 4th time Atlanta has been favored all season, just the 4th. All right, getting 8. They're laying 8.5. All of those previous instances, they lost, by the way, and they lost straight up by 19, by 3, and by 12 points. They are 9-16 at home, and the Knicks, well, they're bad everywhere, but they've actually been better on the road than they are in the Garden. So as far as I'm concerned, I do like the over, especially the fact that the over is 16-4 in this series. They can score some points. Not going to be a whole lot of defense, a little tired leg. So I do think there's going to be a lot of baskets made here, uncontested. I do like the over at 224. I'm going to throw it out there, guys. I just explained to you why. I don't know why in the world Atlanta would ever be given 8.5 points to even the Knicks, for that matter, but they are. So if you wanted to put a couple of Fazuls even on New York getting the points, or I put New York money line. I mean, why not? When are you going to have an opportunity to get a plus 300 money line on a team that is playing an equally bad team? And why not? I mean, if you don't think the Knicks can actually win this outright here tonight, you haven't been paying attention to what's going on. So over 224. Also, the money line is in play to me, as is the spread. So that would be the Knicks-Hawks tonight. The other game, Charlotte taking on Orlando. Charlotte is getting 3 right now. This is a 7 o'clock game? Yeah. This is a 7 o'clock game. So here's the deal with the Magic. They have been on fire lately, right? They're winners of 4 or 5 straight. They've been averaging more points in this winning streak than they have all year long. Really, really good stuff. In fact, they've won 6 of their last 7, while the Charlotte Hornets are on a big slide. They haven't beaten a team anywhere near 513 games, this being Charlotte. So not very good. But having said that, these teams have met twice already this season, and neither game was even remotely close. Charlotte won both of those games. Charlotte won in Orlando by 32. Then Charlotte won in their building by 25. They've also, the Hornets, handled the Magic 13 times in a row, including 6 straight in Orlando. Orlando is also one of the single worst home court advantages. They don't play well at home, especially in divisional games. They are 1-17 against the number when they are home as a favorite against a divisional foe. It's not a very fun place for them to play divisional foes. And let me tell you something, sometimes Orlando is playing better, but sometimes a team just has another team's number. You can't explain it. All you need to know is that they've already played twice, and Orlando got blown out both times, home and away. So while it's nice that Orlando's been playing well, the numbers, the trends, the angles say that this is a spot for the Hornets. I like the contrarian idea here. I like the fact that sometimes a team just has an answer, and I think they have an answer tonight once again for Orlando. I'll take the 3 points. I like Charlotte. Another game here tonight, this one courtesy of our friends at Better IQ. Make sure, if you want a Better IQ, make sure you head to betteriq.com. Trail these guys also on Twitter at Better IQ. They are looking, and I love this, that we're going to the Big Sky Conference. I don't know if you guys are seeing a trend here, but the Big Sky, Montana State. Okay, Montana State laying 2 right now at Idaho State in the Big Sky. Montana State, one of the more talented teams in the Big Sky this year. They have, I do believe they have a whole host of upperclassmen on this team. They started out in league play 4-1. They did lose 4 of their next 5, but they have absolutely righted the ship here, and they've rattled off 3 straight wins, including an impressive 69-66 win at Northern Colorado, which is one of the better teams in the Big Sky. Idaho State, 5-8 in league play. All 5 of those wins are against teams that are combined 20 games under 500. How's that treating you? 20 games under 500. Against the better teams in the league, Montana, Northern Colorado, we talked about there. Weber State, yeah, they lost by 11, 24, and 17 respectively. So Idaho State's weakness, and it has been throughout the entire year, is defense. They don't play any. That seems to be the problem. You can't really win if you don't play any defense. They rank 350th nationally, 10th out of 11th in the Big Sky in their defensive efficiency. That is not going to work well against a Montana State team that ranks 2nd in the league in offensive efficiency. So when you put bad defensive efficiency and number 2 offensive efficiency, guess what happens there? It doesn't look good for Idaho State. Montana only laying 2 is a little shock for me in this game because I had it much closer to 6 or 7. So I do think there is some value here. The Big Sky can produce a lot of strange results, to say the least, and I think in large part is because of where it is and how far these teams have to travel sometime. I don't like back-to-backs in this conference either, but this is a big game for Montana State, who is looking to stay competitive with Northern Colorado and Weber State. They want to take the Big Sky Conference. They want to finish first up there. This is a big game for them because don't forget, coming up next week, they do have just that, Weber State and Montana. So this is not a game they're going to look past. This is a game they are going to want to make sure they can't afford to lose any more ground. I anticipate Montana State, as do the folks at Better IQ. They anticipate that Montana State -2, -1.5 in the books. That is the play in the Big Sky tonight. All right, lay that down. Montana State -2. And then finally, one more in the NBA. The consensus with OKC is that they are just a much better team than the New Orleans Pelicans. How much better of a team they are, it's really, guys, it's not even close. They are, I think we all know that. I don't think anybody has to tell you guys or explain to you guys why it is that OKC is just a million times better than New Orleans, who just can't get out of its own way. Ever since they made that whole announcement of Anthony Davis wanting to be traded, it hasn't worked well. They don't seem at all interested. They haven't since the trade deadline has come and gone. They've looked even less interested tonight, I think, due to the fact that everyone knows they have a long weekend. They had a 30-point loss to the Magic. Not good. OKC, I think, is in a position, even though it's on the road, they are going to want to go in cruising to the All-Star break here, and I think they will. They've won 11 of 12. And not just winning, they are pounding the competition, too. They are beating people to a pulp. They're 6-0, and this may be the most impressive part of what OKC has done recently. They are 6-0 against sub-500 teams. And they also have won those games by an average margin of close to 16 points a game. All right, so they are not only beating the teams they're supposed to be beating, they're beating them rather easily. The Pelicans have only managed more than 90 points. Two games and bad losses to the Grizzlies and the Magic. They did get the Oklahoma City on January 23rd. They lost by 6 without Anthony Davis, but they're a mess right now. This team cannot wait to go to the break. Looking a lot like the Lakers did. Like, just get me the hell out of here. We need a break. I want to stop playing. So if you're going to lay the 5, it opened up at 4.5. I think it's on the 5. Yeah, this is two teams heading in completely different directions. Thunder red hot heading into the break, 11 of the last 12. They're going to make it 12 of the last 13. Lay the 5, lay the 5.5, whatever it's going to be. I do think that you might also want to look at first half totals here with OKC, probably laying maybe 2.5, 2.5, maybe 3. I do think Oklahoma City is going to take charge of this game rather quickly, rather easily. So not only first half, double check the full game. First half totals in there might be 2.5, 3. You might be able to double up there. So there you go, guys. You got it. Knicks, Hawks tonight. I gave you my feeling on all 3 of those. Charlotte +3 at Orlando. Montana State laying 2 in the Big Sky on the road at Idaho State. And OKC rather easily over New Orleans, both first half and full game. And do want to remind you also that our friends at Trendy Bets, they're giving you Wofford tonight, all right? Wofford, little Southern Conference there, 152, over 152. Hell, what's the difference? Go ahead, throw a couple of bucks there on that 23.5 line, too. You know they're going to cover it. They're definitely going to cover it. VMI is just not very good, and I can't even say that with a straight face, though, 23.5. But those are our friends at Trendy Bets. Make sure that you guys head over there and tail them at Trendy Bets. Also, want to thank our good friend Mike from Igor's Locks, at Locks_Igor. He dropped by, started the show off. If you didn't get a chance to hear his plays, this whole thing will be available for you as soon as we're done in just a couple of seconds here. You'll be able to replay it. Suffice to say, he's not a big Chicago State fan, but he definitely loves UNC Greensboro tonight, getting 3 points against Furman on the road, one of his plays. And anybody who plays against Chicago State, just take them, even though I think they're laying a big number here tonight, 1450. Who was it? Cal State Bakersfield. Take it, not a problem there, and make sure that you're tailing him at Locks_Igor. That is Mike from Igor's Locks. Hope you guys will join me tomorrow morning as we cap the week off the right way. We'll make it rain for you. FNTSY Sports Radio Network will also be back here again tomorrow afternoon, getting you ready for the weekend. Plenty of action. NASCAR. We got a little UFC. We got plenty of college hoops. We got the All-Star prop bets. We got a lot to go over, and it would help if you just went ahead and got notified every time we kind of did this thing. You can do so on YouTube. You guys subscribe to the page, hit the bell in the corner. Make sure that you're following us. Also hit the bell on Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, Twitter. You know, we love you, Gambling Twitter. We love you guys. Want to thank you very much for making us a part of your day. Also want to thank our friends at Halftime Magic. Don't forget, guys, get over to halftimemagic.com. 30 plays, the last 30 plays, 77%. You want to grow your bankroll rather quickly without risking it all on one play? Yeah, that's how you do it. All right, over 30 plays, 77% the last 30. I can attest to it. Get over to halftimemagic.com. Check those guys out as well. Enjoy the games tonight. Good luck. Thank you very much for making us a part of your day. Support our guys. You know they're working, they're grinding, they're doing what they got to do, and we appreciate each and every one of them, and we appreciate you guys. Thanks for the time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like us, come back and join us again again tomorrow. We'll do it again. It's the Joe Raineri Show. Good luck tonight, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow.